Do you want to speak English better? Do you want to sound more natural? Do you want to understand people well? Then try the shadowing way. Hello and welcome to this English learning video. Today I will teach you an easy and strong way to speak better. It is called the shadowing way. What is shadowing? Shadowing means you listen to a person speak in English, then you say their words right after them. Try to copy their voice, their speed, and their feeling. You become like their shadow. That is why we call it shadowing. This way will help you speak more clearly, say words better, improve your listening, and feel more sure when you speak English. Now, how can you use it? In this video, I will tell you a short English story. Listen well to each line. Then, stop the video and say the line out loud. Say it just like you heard it. Copy the voice, the speed, and the feeling. You can watch the video many times. Practice again and again. The more you shadow, the better your English will be. Are you ready to start? Let us begin the story now, and do not forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more shadowing practice. My name is Rachel Thomas. I am 17 years old. I live in Detroit, Michigan, and I sit in the back of the room. Always. I do not speak much, not because I am shy, but because I am tired. Tired from life. My mom works at a care home. My dad used to work in a car shop, but he lost his job 2 years ago. Since then, he has been angry, mostly with himself, sometimes with us. He spends most days on the chair. Sometimes he drinks, sometimes he yells, sometimes he cries. I try not to judge him. He used to be different. He used to carry me on his back. He used to fix my bike. Now he can't fix anything, not even his own heart. At school, I don't have friends. I am not like the other girls. I don't have new shoes. I don't take photos. I don't go to parties. I go to school. I work part-time at a drug shop after. Then I go home, help my mom cook, and study until night. That is my life. But I want something more. I want to be a doctor. I know it sounds wild. No one in my family ever finished school. Some days we have no food. Some nights I cry alone. But still, something inside me keeps saying, "You can do it." That voice started when I was 10. My grandma got sick. She had a blood illness. One day she fell and hit her head. I was the one who found her. I called 911. I held her hand. I waited with her until the ambulance came. That day, I decided I wanted to help people. I wanted to know how to stop pain. I wanted to make people well. But dreams are hard when your world is falling down. One afternoon, I was walking home when I saw a sign on the school wall. Medical class, weekend class, free for students. My heart jumped. I took the paper and ran home. That night, during dinner, I asked my mom, "Can I go?" She looked tired. Her hands were red from cleaning floors, but she smiled a little. "If it is free," she said, "then go. I will even walk you there." I almost cried. Saturday came. We walked 2 miles to the city library where the class was. There were 10 students. Most wore clean clothes and shiny shoes. I wore my brother's old coat and sat in the corner. But when the teacher started talking, something happened. I was not afraid anymore. He talked about the human heart, how it works, how it can stop, and how doctors can bring it back. He showed us a toy, plastic ribs, rubber lungs. We practiced CPR. When it was my turn, I moved fast. Push, count, breathe, push. The teacher looked at me. "What is your name?" he asked. "Rachel." "You have good hands, Rachel. Calm and smart." No one had ever said that to me before. I felt something light up inside me. After class, he gave me a book. "Read this," he said. "It is not easy, but you will know more than you think." It was a medical book, old and used, but beautiful. I carried it home like gold. Every night I read a bit. The words were hard. I had to look up many words, but I kept going. Then something happened. One day at the drug shop, an old woman fell down near the money desk. People screamed. Someone called 911. I ran to her, checked her heart. Her lips were blue. She was not breathing. I started CPR. 1, 2, 3, 4, breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, breathe. Minutes went by. She moved. She looked up. She was alive. When the medical team came, one of them asked, "Are you in doctor school?" I laughed. Not yet, but inside I felt good. The next day, my teacher at the class said something. There is a gift for one student to go to summer doctor training at the big school. Everyone wanted it, but I needed it. I stayed late after class, I asked questions, I read 2 parts more. Then, one day, the teacher called my name. "Rachel," he said, holding out a letter, "you got it." I opened it. I was going to the summer doctor training for free. When I got home, I gave the letter to my mom. She hugged me hard. "You are going to be the first doctor in this family," she said softly, and in that time, I believed it. But the real path was just about to start. After I got the gift, everything changed. I started waking up early every day to study, to read, to dream the life I wanted. And for the first time, I didn't feel like the girl from the back of the class. I felt like someone who was important. The summer doctor training at the big school was coming fast. I had to get ready. But I also had a problem. I had no clothes for the school, no book, no bus money. I didn't want to tell my mom. She was already working too much. So I went to Mr. Davis, the man who owned the drug shop where I worked. He looked at me for a bit, then he took some money out and gave me $80. "This is your first extra pay," he said with a smile. "You are not just a helper now, you are part of this place." I couldn't stop the tears. He wasn't just giving me money, he was giving me hope. I bought a new book, a used white shirt, and clean shoes from the old shop. Then I took my paper and put it nicely into my bag. On the first day of the training, I was so afraid I almost went back home, but I didn't. I walked through the hospital doors and took a big breath. Doctors, nurses, bright lights, moving beds, the smell of soap and coffee. It felt like another world, but it also felt like where I belonged. We were a group of 20 students. Some had fancy watches and used big words, but I didn't care. I was there to learn. Our teacher was Dr. Lin. She was young, kind, and smart. She said, "You don't need to be rich to become a doctor. You need 2 things, work and heart." I had both. We practiced help, checked blood pressure, learned about body parts. Every time I used a medical tool, I felt closer to Emma, my grandma, my dreams, and my past. One afternoon, Dr. Lin gave us a task. Follow a real doctor for 1 day. Write about what you see, what you feel. I was sent to the emergency room. It was busy. A boy with a broken arm, an old man with chest pain, a little girl crying from a hot fever. Then the ambulance came. A woman was brought in, no heartbeat, no breathing. Doctors jumped in. CPR, medicine, air, fast hands, smart minds. I watched from the corner, afraid, amazed, and then they brought her back. She was breathing slow, weak, but alive. The room was quiet for a bit. Dr. Lin turned to me. "Rachel, what are you thinking right now?" I looked at the woman, I looked at the team, then I said, "This is what I want to do. I want to bring people back to life." She nodded. "You will." That night, I wrote everything down, the sounds, the fear, the heart sound on the screen. I finished my story and gave it in. On the last day of the school, we all sat in a small room. Dr. Lin gave each of us a paper. But then, she said, "Before we end, we have one special prize. It goes to the student who showed the most work, love, and care." She called my name, Rachel Thomas. I stood up. The other students clapped. I walked to the front, shaking. Then she gave me something I never expected, a white coat. It was small for students, but it had my name on it, Rachel T., future doctor. I held it in my hands like it was made of gold. I didn't know what to say, so I just said, "Thank you." When I got home, I showed it to my mom. She started crying, then laughing, then crying again. I knew you would do it, she said softly. My dad stood at the door, quiet. Then he said something I hadn't heard in a long time. I'm proud of you, kid. I hugged him. That night, I sat at the table with Max. He touched the coat. Are you a doctor now? He asked. Not yet, I smiled, but I'm getting close. The coat still hangs in my room. I look at it every morning before school. It tells me that my dream is real, that I didn't stop, that I am more than my old life. People still look at me and see a quiet girl, but I'm not just that now. I'm a fighter, a learner, a future doctor. And one day, when I walk into a real hospital wearing a real coat, I will think of this story, this path, and I will say to the little girl in the back of the class, you did it. Now, just like a shadow, copy my voice, copy the speed, copy the feeling. This is the shadowing way. It will help you speak English better, faster, and with more joy. Practice every day. Even 10 minutes is enough. Believe in yourself. Thank you for learning with me, and do not forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. More stories and shadowing videos are coming soon. See you next time.